Hello and welcome to Launch Academy. I am so excited that you made the choice to join this program to get the teaching, to get the support, and to get all the resources that you need to create and launch that powerful and profitable online course. So what I'd like to do now is to give you a little bit of the getting started items so that you can move into the course in a good way and start off on the right foot. So these first getting started items are really in the pre-course checklist that are right here on the page. So you can see that checklist right there. And I'll just kind of review those quickly. So the first one is we absolutely want you to get all of the live group coaching and Q&A calls on your calendar. So those dates are right here. They're also in the email that we sent to you, and they'll be twice a month on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And so it'll be 8 calls total. Also for your calendaring is to make sure you put the Launch Now retreat, live retreat on your calendar. That's August 4th and 5th. The retreat is optional, so if you can't make it, that's fine, but we'd love you to be here if you can. We may have a live streaming option if there's enough people that aren't able to make the retreat live, then that may be an option, and we'll give you more information on that later in the course. So that's the first key thing, is getting all those dates on your calendar. The next one is I'd like you to do a pre-course questionnaire. That link is right here on the page as well. And that just helps me to understand a little bit more of what you're wanting to create, some of the things that you're thinking about, and it gives me kind of a ground in going into the course, knowing all the participants and kind of what their intentions are for their online course. So please complete that as well. And then also, if you haven't done so already, is to join our private Facebook group, and that link is also here. It was also in an email. If you've already done that, great. And once you're in the Facebook group, please go ahead and just say hello, introduce yourself briefly, maybe share a little bit about what content arena you're going to be teaching in. So those are some of the getting started items. Now what I'd like to do is share a few key points about how you can get the most out of this online course, out of Launch Academy. So the first one is to make the course a priority. You know, I know we're going through a 4-month journey together. There's plenty of space. You know, I've created this program so there's a lot of space for creativity, for learning. You know, I'm not trying to cram this course into 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And so going through the 8 modules, you'll have the time that you'll need, but it's important that you make it a priority. You may want to block some time each week, you know, whether that's during the week or on the weekends. Usually in the early going, like 2 to 3 hours per week is probably plenty. And then as you get to some more of the more time-intensive assignments later in the course, you may have a bit more time that you need to put toward writing or thinking about your course or your course outline. So make it a priority. The next thing is that I really encourage you to engage other people in the course. So, you know, a lot of what I teach, as you know, is learning community is just important. So really encourage you to engage people in the Facebook group, your cohort. We're going to encourage you to have your accountability buddy. So really use the time with your buddy, set up some calls on your own, whatever. And also use the live group calls to interact with each other. I'll make sure there's space for you all to speak to each other or give suggestions or insights kind of as a facilitator, and that'll be fun too. So just make sure you're willing to engage with each other, because you'll learn from each other as well as learning from me. And so the other thing too is to keep to keep focused on the steps of the course. I encourage you to complete each module pretty much in its entirety if you can before moving on to the next module. So even if you get a little behind in the course, which can happen, and busy schedules and travel and all that, just see if you can stay in the steps before moving ahead. So jumping around in the course won't really help you that much. And then also, I consider this, even though it's like a step-by-step process for you to build your course, this is really a creative process at its core. So be gentle with yourself with the creative process, be compassionate with yourself, because sometimes creativity isn't always following your logic. And there are times when you want something to be right and done, and it's just not coming. And that's okay. In the course, I've had people where even like the course title or the subtitle just wasn't coming. You know, it was, that doesn't feel right. That's not right. And so the key thing is to just, okay, this is the best for it is for now. And then just know that maybe 3 weeks later, or, you know, in the next module or whatever, that the aha moment comes and you see, oh yes, that's it. Or you get feedback from other people in the course that help you reshape that. So just understand that the creative process has its own flow. And sometimes when there's things that quote unquote need to be done at a certain time, it's okay if they're not done in the way that feels 100% to you. I kind of like to call it the 80% rule, to allow for that creativity. Like you get to a point where it says, 80% good enough, let me move on. And then what happens is we come back, we fill in with some more ideas and approaches that get it to that 100% of where you feel really strong about the program. So that's just a little piece there. And then also, if you get stuck, ask for help. So certainly ask me for help. If you're in Fast Track, you might be getting help from Jeff Affleck or from Irene Scott. And you can ask for help in the live group calls or by email. You know, you can just send us an email and we can talk about what's going on for you. So those are, and then the last one, don't want to forget this, is to have fun and enjoy the process. Have fun for yourself and fun with each other. So I'm really excited to be diving into this experience with all of you, and I look forward to seeing you in the course.